Welcome back, Chapter Chatters, to our second episode of the book Wonder. My name's Teresa.
And I'm Rosa, and we are so excited that you're joining us again. We hope you're enjoying the book and that you're reading along with us. Let's get right into our discussion. So Augie's journey at his new school has begun. He is now a 5th grader and a new place who is trying to get adjusted. And I think we can all relate to what that feels like, trying to be adjusted, like maybe starting in a new class, starting in a new school, starting on a new team, like for a club or a sport. We know what that might feel like now. In Augie's case, imagine that being multiplied.
Yes, and eating lunch in a new school for the first time. Do you imagine just walking into the cafeteria and feeling that overwhelmment of people staring at you? Was very uncomfortable for Augie. But luckily, when he was sitting at the table, a girl named Summer came up to him. He was kind of thinking that she was one of the girls that were making or talking about him. But at the end, they created this big bond that they ate together at this table that they ended up calling it the Summer Table, which only allowed people with summer names to be eating there with them.
I was so excited that Summer came over and wanted to be Augie's friend. It made me happy for him.
Yes.
This week's reading reminded me of how important it is to be a good friend. I know that having friends is a wonderful experience for the most part, but there can be moments when our friends hurt our feelings, or they make us feel hurt, or we might do something that might hurt their feelings. It might not even be on purpose, but someone can still feel hurt. And then friends can be children from your school, they can be children from your extracurricular activities like sports.
Even children from, or kids from the neighborhood.
Yes, that's true, kids from the neighborhood too. And then family members can be your friends as well. So friends are people that your parents might have already met or that you talk about to them. But those are all examples of friends, and if you don't have friends, then we're going to give some tips, and we hope that this will help you make new friends. So these are some tips on how to be a better friend. The first one is be loyal.
Yes, and the second one is be a good listener.
Yes, and then the third one is not hard at all. It's actually two combined into one, but it's laugh and have fun.
Yes.
And you probably already do that with your friends.
Oh my gosh, all the time. Trust me. But just like Augie, Jack Will was one of the students that he met for the first time. One of 3 actually, that before he went to the school he took a tour and they showed him around. And they created a good friendship. But unfortunately, like Rosa mentioned, sometimes friends do hurt feelings.
And sometimes, it's unintentional, but mistakes happen. When a friend hurts your feelings, we recommend you talk about it. You discuss it with them. You let them know how or why they hurt your feelings, and you try to model how you think it could have been different. Another thing to remember is that it's hard sometimes, but try to remember that most people are really good at heart. That brings us to this week's question. So we talked about Augie being deeply disappointed by someone he considered a friend. The question we are asking you to answer is, why do you think Augie felt this way?
Yes, and students, please, I encourage you to submit your name with your response. It's really important so we know, who to choose.
Yes. And then now we're ready to announce this week's winner. We had so many great responses. We had a really hard time making a decision.
Very
but
difficult.
Without further ado, our winner for this week's episode is
Riley Smith! Congratulations, Riley!
I'm going to send you an email to let you know how to claim your prize. And don't forget to send the messages for the next set of reading for our next episode. We'll announce our winner. Please remember to submit before Tuesday night. And that's all for today, Chapter Chatters. Remember, in this book club,
there is no such thing as a wrong answer.
Bye. See you next week.